Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to Christmas in February, where on the 25th of every month, a lot of my lovely scrappy friends from the Scrappy Inspiration YouTube and Instagram Facebook group, we get together and we bring you something Christmas related, either catching up on our December memories, albums, Christmas cards, 3D projects, shares, whatever, anything Christmas related. Sometimes catching up and sometimes trying to get a little bit ahead for the Christmas coming up. So today, now if you recall, I had given myself a little bit of a goal to be able to finish my December memories or my December documented album in January and the early part of February. I didn't quite make it. I'm almost there. You're going to see that I just have maybe 3 or 4 more pocket pages to do, but the pictures are printed, they're inserted. So I will be able to finish those off fairly quickly. You will also remember that this is the first time that I've ever done. I've tried, I've had many attempts, but this is the first year that I actually got a December album done. I'm thrilled. And of course, you know, December 2020 was such a different year. It's definitely worth having a dedicated album. So look at that. Look at that chunky monkey. I chose a 6x8 album. I discovered through doing this that I absolutely love that format. I love doing full 6x8 pages actually. So I'm going to go through this with you. I'm going to do a little bit of a flip through because many of you requested that you could see the album all in one place. Now, pretty much every single entry does have a video, so maybe I'll concentrate a little bit more on the memory as opposed to the process. And I won't spend too much time because if you want some detail, you can always go back on my channel. I have a playlist for December documented. My intro page, lots of mixed media on this. This is a photo I found on Google for sure. Hello, December 20. I would have preferred to put 2020, but I did not have the letters to do that. Used a little bit from my Redefined Creative Advent calendar as well. And what I was thrilled about on this one is this is actually a dandelion stencil, but I think they do look like snowflakes. What do you think? This then is the first entry. So I'll be home for Christmas. I did this for a Redefined Creative challenge through one of our parties. I used my lovely Vicki Boutin Storyteller on this. Just a little bit of packaging technique. And of course, this was when our government, so when I really decided to do the album is when our government basically canceled Christmas on us in mid or late November, that there would be no gatherings whatsoever, basically full on lockdown. And on top of that, stores, everything was going to close up at the end of the business day on the 24th. And there was, you know, more to come. So there you go. I'll be home for Christmas 2020. This one was just fun. I got myself some new slippers. I love slippers. I live in slippers. I like nice, warm, woolly socks and warm slippers. So, and another collection that I used throughout this album quite a bit was the Tracy Reed printables, the I'll Be Home for Christmas, or Stay Home for Christmas, I think, because it was like a bit of a sequel to her Stay Home that she had done earlier in the whole COVID business. Just put a fun little element here. Got some ideas from my lovely friend Christy and my dear friend Helen that always make beautiful December albums. Mine is not necessarily up to par, but I enjoyed it. This I enjoyed doing a sort of different kind of photo collage, and this was a little bit about my Christmas reading. I ordered myself some books for Christmas. I didn't do enough reading actually over the holidays for some reason. I mean, I was home a lot because because I could have visited my mom because one, I'm a primary caregiver, and the only exceptions to the Christmas stay-at-home order was for somebody living alone, could visit or could integrate into one family unit, or two people living alone could get together. So both as primary caregiver and that my mom lives alone, of course, I could have gone, but she was in the hospital. But still didn't do a lot of reading. This is Quebec Council's plans for Christmas gatherings. So this just documents that entire thing. Is there a date here? So you see, this is on December 4th. We had permission to gather between the 24th and the 27th. That was early on, but you're going to see that was actually canceled as well. So that is the Premier's speech to us and my recording of that. Trim all the things. So I just laughed because I sent some fun messages that this was actually the first year that I actually decorated myself, in addition to my apartment and my tree. Then this one here, this one I love. This is a fun interactive element. I did it for a Nicole Jones 911 design team. And this, I got some lovely ideas from my friend Christy, who does the most awesome interactive bits. Her albums are amazing. Her link is, of course, linked down below, as is everybody else who is playing along today. So make sure you just roam around her channel if you have not done that already. So a lovely little interactive. And this was New Ways. So this is recording. This is my sister from another mister, my bestie. And we normally would get together on Christmas. In fact, our two families would get together either on Christmas or on Boxing Day, depending on who was seeing who when, with her dad. And but this year, of course, even just she lives in Cornwall, which is a couple of hours away from me. But, you know, I would go spend weekends there. It's not all that far. So, you know, we were still able to see each other quite often. But of course, that did not happen beyond March 2020. Things opened up a little bit in the summer. We did get a chance to visit a couple of times. But so this was all about, you know, gather around the video call. There's little Sophie, her little cat, Chopin's little girlfriend. And how Christmas is going to be very different because we are going to be doing a lot over Skype and Zoom, and her beautiful Christmas cactus that actually bloomed on Thanksgiving this year. Just a fun little page here for the eye to rest, which is the back of this interactive element. So I just put this gorgeous big wood veneer that I got in my advent calendar. Some fun messaging shenanigans with my dear friend Helen. And this was just recording. Buddy was not thrilled with this Christmas intruder. Some more shenanigans with Helen, and this is where we were talking about decorating our faces. Some beautiful wrapping paper from my lovely friend Karen and from Helen, and just recording that. Some fun messaging with Christy throughout December, and my friend Colleen and Karina. So, and how thankful, really what I was trying to get with this is how thankful in the end I am for technology, and how it really allowed me to stay connected with family, extended family, and lovely friends throughout. Silly things. Helen and I think we're just, you know, hilarious. So we send each other back. This one I just love. Once you understand why the pizza is made round, packed in a square box, and eaten as a triangle, you will understand 2020. And then this one here with the puppy wondering why all the humans are wearing muzzles. Did they bite somebody? a fun. This one was recording. So again, many things had to go virtual this year. So this was a fun Christmas party that we had over in the Secret Not Secret. Redefined Creative, I think, because it was a little bit separate from the Kit Club group, but we had this on a Friday evening. We had games and challenges, and this is myself in front of the Zoom. We played bingo, so this was a lot of fun. This still needs to, this is just some of the morning shenanigans with my nephew when, you know, he just is about to tell me what time he's going to pick me up, because our schedule varies a lot throughout December, of course. Dear Santa, this one records in my little town square. Normally every year we have a European type Christmas market with all sorts of stalls. Santa is there, sleigh rides for the kids, all sorts of lovely, lovely things, which of course this year unfortunately had to be canceled. But our little town put, still decorated it, put a lovely post box to Santa where the kids could go mail their letters to Santa. And as I understand it, every single letter got a reply. So I thought that was a fun thing to record. Today's news on the 15th of December, whatever was happening there, this is probably where everything was absolutely and totally canned down, from family bubbles to a couple of neighbor bubbles to 000 people in your bubble. And even the closing of all of the non-essential stores. Just basically everything just got closed up again starting on the 24th of December, right up to the 10th of January, and you're going to see that that actually got extended. Here was a fun press conference. This one I still need to do, that our premier did, and I thought that was fun. Our premier and had Santa visit and let the kids know that Santa was immune to COVID and he would be visiting everybody as planned on the 24th to bring all the presents. I thought that was cool of our government to do that. A Saturday during December at the store. This year is just hard. Thinking of you, Mom. This is documenting a little bit my mom being in the hospital throughout the entire Christmas period. She went in on the 16th of December, didn't get out until the 5th of January. Everything is much, 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 much better now. In the end, it was, as we say in French, un mal pour un bien. It turned out to be a good thing. Although she spent Christmas there, her health has vastly improved so far this year. Fingers crossed. This, I used some vellum to make the journaling a little bit harder to see, and I decorated the pocket. This one is really, really fun. This is my little Chopin on the nice list. Christy asked me to send her a photo, my favorite photo, one morning, and I sent her this fun photo of Chopin, and she sent this back to me. I thought that was just so cool. And I got this down. I think this might have been for a sketch Sunday as well. The weather, and this I'm really documenting because so many things were so different this year, but some things just stayed the same because it was still a very busy period for us at the bakery, and how my nephew and I become obsessed with the weather a couple of weeks before Christmas, and we check it countless and countless and countless times a day as if it was going to change every 5 minutes or so. But we have a lot of frozen product, and we need to get a container outside, and it basically needs to stay below freezing. So that's what this was documenting. Again, something stay the same. So our tally of all of the Christmas cakes and Christmas logs from this year. This was fun. I really, really enjoyed doing that. This was definitely for a sketch. And I took one of these fun techniques that I borrowed from my dear friend Christy, where I just get some glue down. And this was an element on the sketch that I decided to do in sequins. And I love, love, love that. On the 24th itself, Christmas again, very different, but some of it very much the same, in that on Christmas Eve, both my nephew and I tend to be out on the floor, and we spend the entire day seeing old and new customers. Some of our customers have become friends over the year, and generally, of course, on the 24th, you can't even move in our little store for the number of people. Of course, this year, that was very, very different, in that a maximum of 10 people were allowed in at once. Everybody was masked. Everybody had to stay the 6 feet apart. That meant that Joey spent the majority of the day manning the door. I spent the majority of the day directing traffic and letting them know, okay, send one in, send two in, stop sending people in. But we would still manage to have some of the general fun that we have, some of our wonderful, wonderful customers, and me photobombing. I thought that was so much fun. Beautiful present from my nephew and his family. Just you and me, documenting that Christmas Eve and Christmas Day was just Chopin and I, and this was for an online, inspired by online scrapbooking classes, where I used a lovely, lovely class and technique by my dear friend Sarah Scraps. My Christmas Day enjoying this, my Christmas Day let's get this party started, my Christmas Day martini. A very different Christmas Eve. I got myself sushi, watched the Christmas Chronicles, and just still managed to have a lovely time. We normally, of course, have Christmas Eve at my nephew's with the 7 fish course, the traditional Italian Christmas Eve meal. So I stuck with the fish and got myself some lovely, lovely sushi, which the lovely sushi lady next door to us at the bakery gave me, which was just so lovely of her. And then here we go. These are a few staying in touch with some lovely friends on Christmas Day. Karina, Helen, and Marie, Colleen, watching some lovely RTS scrapbooking videos. Again, my Christmas Day meal that I made for myself, that still needs to get done. And there we go, sort of the end of this. Let's kiss this year goodbye. And Marty, whatever happens, don't ever go to 2020. I just love this. I just think this is just a perfect ending to that. Now, mind you, 2021 has not started off great either. We got a curfew imposed on the 9th of January. So we have a full-on curfew from 8 p.m. in the evening to 5 a.m. in the morning. And quite frankly, that's pretty much the only thing that has really, really worked, because we got to some crazy 3,500 cases in January, even though there were no, in theory, get-togethers over Christmas. We got to crazy numbers. But once that curfew got there, our numbers have been steadily coming back down to still very high, which during the first wave would have been considered extremely high. We're still, around the 1,000 mark, but that is still so much better. So the curfew has been extended, and we'll just have to see what's going on, but don't ever go to 2020. So there you go, my friends. That is my lovely, chunky December documented 2020 with just a couple of pocket pages left. So please make sure you pop on down below and see what everybody has in store for you today, recording their Christmas, getting some Christmas cards ready for next year, for this year. Whatever they are doing, you're going to get some fun Christmas inspiration today. Thanks for being here, and I will see you all again very soon. Stay safe and stay healthy, my friends. Bye for now.